Have you ever wondered how proper storage can enhance the longevity of your belongings? Well, let's dive right into it. Proper storage is not just about tidying up or keeping things out of sight. It plays a crucial role in maintaining the condition and functionality of various items, from your priceless family heirlooms to your everyday essentials. Picture this. You've just bought a beautiful leather jacket. You're ecstatic about it and flaunt it for a while. But then, you carelessly toss it into a corner of your closet. Over time, the lack of proper storage can cause the leather to crack, the color to fade, and the jacket to lose its shape. Now, this is not just about the jacket, it's about the investment you made, the memories attached to it, and the joy it brought you. All this can be compromised if we neglect the importance of proper storage. It's not just about physical damage either. Improper storage can lead to depreciation in value, especially for collectibles or antiques. Imagine finding an old baseball card collection in your attic, only to realize that their value has significantly dropped due to poor storage conditions. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? And let's not forget functionality. Electronics, for example, can suffer from excessive humidity or temperature fluctuations. Those old family videos stored in your basement might no longer play due to mold or moisture damage, but don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. Understanding the significance of proper storage is the first step to preserving your belongings effectively, and that's exactly what we're here for. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore the elements of proper storage, how to choose the right storage location, the role of packaging, and some expert insights to help you master the art of proper storage. So buckle up, because we're about to turn you into a storage superstar. Remember, every item has its place, and every place has its purpose. Understanding the significance of proper storage is the first step to preserving your belongings effectively. Scene script: location, location, location. It's not just real estate that benefits from this mantra, your belongings do too. Choosing the right storage location is a crucial aspect of maintaining the quality, longevity, and overall condition of your items. Whether it's your extensive book collection, your precious vintage vinyl records, or even your favorite pair of leather boots, where you store them matters more than you might think. Let's talk about sunlight first. Direct sunlight can be damaging to many materials. It can cause colors to fade, materials to become brittle, and even lead to the disintegration of certain items over time. For instance, prolonged exposure to sunlight can cause the pages of your books to yellow and the covers to fade. Hence, storing items away from direct sunlight is a practical tip to remember. Now, let's consider humidity. Excessive humidity can be just as harmful as direct sunlight. It can cause mold and mildew, especially on items like clothes and leather goods. On the other hand, low humidity can dry out some materials, causing them to crack or warp. For instance, your vintage vinyl records can warp, or even become unplayable in conditions of high humidity. A good rule of thumb is to store items in a cool, dry place, preferably with controlled humidity. But it's not just about avoiding sunlight and humidity, it's also about understanding the specific storage needs of different items. For example, wine needs to be stored horizontally in a cool, dark place. On the other hand, delicate fabrics like silk and wool are best stored in a dry, well-ventilated area. Remember, one size does not fit all when it comes to storage. Different items have different requirements, and understanding these requirements is key to choosing the right storage location. In conclusion, the place you choose to store your belongings can have a significant impact on their longevity and condition. It's not just about finding a place to put things, it's about finding the right place. And the right place is one that takes into account the specific storage needs of each item and protects them from harmful elements like sunlight and humidity. Choosing the right storage location can drastically enhance the longevity and condition of your items. It's not just about where you store, but also how you store. The packaging plays a pivotal role in proper storage. Consider this: a precious piece of crystal glassware. If you were to just place it on a shelf, exposed to the elements, it would be vulnerable to dust, accidental knocks, and even changes in temperature. But if you were to wrap it in bubble wrap, place it in a sturdy box with padding, and then store that box in a safe location, you've significantly increased the chances of that glassware surviving in pristine condition for years to come. This example may seem simplistic, but it illustrates the power of packaging and proper storage. The right packaging serves as a protective shield, warding off potential threats like moisture, dust, sunlight, and physical shocks. It's like providing your items with a personal bodyguard. Let's take another example. Imagine you're a comic book collector. The right packaging can mean the difference between a comic book that's worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, and one that's essentially worthless because it's been damaged or degraded. In this case, acid-free comic book bags and boards can keep your comics in mint condition, preserving their value and your enjoyment of them. So, how do you choose the right packaging? It all depends on what you're storing. For delicate items, bubble wrap and sturdy boxes are your friends. For documents or books, consider acid-free materials. For clothing, vacuum-sealed bags can protect against moisture and pests while saving space. And for food, well-sealed containers can keep things fresh and prevent contamination. Remember, the goal of packaging and proper storage is to create a controlled environment for your belongings, protecting them from harmful factors. It's about preserving not just the physical condition of your items, but also their value, their functionality, and in many cases, your emotional connection to them. The right packaging can be your belongings' best defense against damage and wear. Let's delve deeper into the art of storage with some expert insights. When it comes to storage, the devil is often in the details. Our experts have identified some common mistakes that people tend to make. The first one is overcrowding. Cramming items into a storage space might seem like a good way to save space, but it often leads to damage. Items can become crushed, creased, or even broken. Remember, your items need to breathe. Another common mistake is neglecting to clean items before storage. This may seem like a minor detail, but over time, dirt and dust can cause damage. Cleaning your items before storing them can significantly extend their lifespan. Now let's move on to some expert advice. The first tip is to use appropriate storage containers. Not all containers are created equal. It's essential to choose a container that is suitable for the type of item you're storing. For instance, delicate items might require a box with padding, while books are best stored in a box that can protect them from dust and light. The second tip is to label your containers. This might seem obvious, but it's surprising how many people forget to do this. Labeling helps you find what you need quickly and easily, saving you time and frustration. The third tip is to consider the climate. Some items are sensitive to temperature and humidity. For instance, electronics and wooden items can be damaged by excessive humidity. Therefore, it's essential to store these items in a climate-controlled environment. Finally, experts recommend organizing your storage space effectively. This involves arranging items in a way that makes sense to you. For instance, you might want to group similar items together or arrange items based on how frequently you use them. In conclusion, proper storage is more than just finding a place to put your stuff. It involves careful planning and attention to detail. By avoiding for instance, you might want to group similar items together or arrange items based on how frequently you use them. In conclusion, proper storage is more than just finding a place to put your stuff. It involves careful planning. Now that we've navigated the ins and outs of proper storage, let's recap the key takeaways. Firstly, we underscored the importance of proper storage. Remember, good storage practices are essential not just for organization, but also for maintaining the condition and longevity of your belongings. Be it photographs, collectibles, or everyday items like food and clothing, proper storage can make a world of difference in preserving their value and usability. We then moved on to talk about the significance of choosing the right storage location. We learned that not all storage areas are created equal. The perfect spot is one that is dry, cool, and away from direct sunlight. Excessive humidity and sunlight can lead to degradation and damage, so it's crucial to pick a location that's safe from these elements. Next, we delved into the role of packaging and proper storage. We examined how dedicated storage containers and packaging can enhance the longevity and condition of your items. From vacuum-sealed bags for clothing to acid-free boxes for photographs and documents, the right packaging can provide an added layer of protection against environmental factors. Lastly, we tapped into expert insights on proper storage. We discovered that professionals in the field recommend regular checks and maintenance of your storage areas and items. This can help in early detection of issues like mold growth or pest infestation, allowing you to take prompt action. To sum it up, proper storage is a multifaceted process that involves selecting the right location, using appropriate packaging, and conducting regular maintenance. It's not just about putting things away, but about preserving them in the best possible condition for future use. Remember, proper storage is an art, and like any art, it requires knowledge, practice, and a bit of finesse. Now go forth and master the art of proper storage.